Ascon from Bernstein and Christopher Rowland from Susquehanna. Thank you both for joining us. Stacey, on AMD first, is it a good enough quarter to justify some of the gains we've seen in this stock and the valuation?
At first glance, it looks pretty good. So it was a pretty solid beat. I think that was expected. The guidance as well looks very strong relative to sell-side expectations, and even versus where buy-side investors were. I think it's pretty good. And the annual guide is pretty solid. They're guiding about $13 billion for 2021. It's up 37% year over year, off the higher than expected 2020 base. Gross margins look kind of okay. They're guiding 47% for 21. They've got a lift in the back half versus where they're guiding Q1. Like, at least at first glance, the numbers look pretty good.
Part of the story, Christopher, here has been the competition with Intel, the AMD Intel battle over market share, and how, for much of the past year, AMD has crushed its competition. Where does that go in 2021? What's going to be the narrative for AMD after that's already happened now?
Yeah, that's potentially the $250 billion question that we're trying to figure out. There's some back and forth in terms of the new CEO and his direction, and we're still trying to figure that out. It's really hard to anticipate share shifts and where they may go in the next 5 years until we have the final answers to that puzzle. So we are waiting and we are digging into that topic. That's where my focus will be for the next 6 months.
Just want to bring in Deirdre Bosa again, who's been looking into the numbers more, and in particular the guidance. Dee, what can you tell us?
Yeah, so we do have guidance, strong first quarter revenue guidance coming in. The company is anticipating $3.2 billion versus $2.7 billion estimate. There is actually no EPS guidance, but the company does expect gross margins to increase to 47% for the full year 2021. And this is interesting, guys. Full year revenue guidance, they're expecting growth of 37%. That is substantially above estimates of 28.5%. Again, we'll be listening for commentary in the call of where that growth is coming from, perhaps the Xilinx, likely the Xilinx acquisition. Back over to you.
Dee, thanks so much for that. Want to get to Texas Instruments in a moment, but firstly, Chris, your reaction to that guidance and how it informs your rating on AMD.
Yeah, so sell-side numbers, as Stacey alluded to, were low going into this. The Whisper number was higher. We would have put the guidance Whisper number at about 3 or 3.1 billion, so that 3.2 is nicely ahead. The gross margin guidance for the full year was also nicely ahead. But had you asked us for a Whisper number on the full year, we would have been at 30%, and even low 30s would have been a stretch for the Whisper number. So this high 30s number is indeed a very impressive number.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.